Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another apartment renovation. Today I am renovating Stonestreet Apartments number 3 in Evergreen Harbor, and this is going to be an apartment for a sim who likes a darker aesthetic but is also a gamer. This was actually a suggestion on one of my somewhat recent videos asking for a gamer apartment for a sim who leans more like goth, dark academia, witchy, that sort of aesthetic, and I loved that idea because I love that aesthetic. A lot of the things I own are like that, and I also am a gamer. So I thought that was a fun idea, so that is exactly what we are doing here today. I really hope you will enjoy it. If you do and you'd like to download this build, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information is also in the description down below as well. And just a quick reminder about the sale going on right now for The Sims birthday. The Sims is having another massive sale to celebrate 25 years of the franchise. From now until February 10th, a bunch of expansions are 50% off, like Cottage Living, Growing Together, For Rent, Horse Ranch, and more. And for the first time, Life and Death is even on sale for 25% off. So now is a great time to pick up some packs you might have had your eyes on, and if you do, please consider using my creator code Gryphi at checkout. You just enter it when making a purchase on the EA app, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just a way to support me as a creator, so thank you in advance, and thank you to EA for sponsoring this portion of the video. So I just changed some of the windows in this apartment, and it probably looks a little weird how I did it, and that's just because the front of these apartments in Evergreen Harbor, for some reason, I think it's because of the neighborhood action plans, you can't actually change those windows. You can change the rest of them, but for some reason the front ones you can't. So I was using Tool to go ahead and delete and replace them with the mod so that I could have custom windows throughout this entire apartment. I really wanted to use a combination of the arched base game one and then this other smaller arched window from Get to Work, I'm pretty sure. And I ended up using this counter set from Life and Death, which I think is so pretty. It is exactly the style I was going for, and I was so happy there was a swatch of it that was black without any of the gold detailing because I really wanted more of a like flat black look in this apartment. There's definitely some color. I had a lot of fun injecting that, but the primary focus here is like darker colors, muted colors, all of that. I feel like I leaned a little bit more gothic, but you can let me know if you're familiar with these aesthetics, which one you think I leaned into more. I was taking aspects from both goth interior design, dark academia, and more like witchy, occult looking interiors. Hopefully that made sense. I also want to mention I do go ahead and change the floor plan a couple of different times here because at first I was thinking there was only going to be one bedroom and I changed where I wanted the bathroom to be, and then I ended up putting the office space in its own room, whereas I was originally thinking the office would be like right off of the kitchen. So you'll see all of that change in a little while. It was kind of a whole process. But we get there in the end, and I was overall pretty happy with that end result. And at this point, I am just trying to clutter up the kitchen. I'm pretty sure I only clutter it a little bit, and I add a little bit later on as well. But I really loved this shelf that I put over by the front door, which is from the Vampires pack, and this rug here from Storybook Nursery in the purple swatch really inspired the rest of the color scheme of this apartment. I heavily leaned into purple, and it was so nice because we don't have that much purple in the game. But the color of it that we got with the Storybook Nursery kit is so beautiful. So I was very excited about that. That rug is gorgeous, and I wish I had more items in game that were like that swatch, but we don't have them, unfortunately. There are a couple of items from that pack, like the curtains that are gorgeous. I do end up using those in here, and I considered using the couches here that I'm placing down now from Crystal Creations. They also come in that purple swatch, but it was just too much purple, so I ended up keeping those black in the end and using the purple curtains instead. But those are gorgeous as well, and I just really hope we get more of that color in the game because for some reason there's almost no purple, and I don't really understand why. It's not my favorite color, but it's kind of strange how little of it there is in the game, especially because I feel like so many people love purple. Anyway, right now I am swapping where the bedroom and the office spaces are going to be, and I also really knew I wanted to use that mirror from Werewolves that is like the crescent moon in the office. I thought that would look so pretty, so I went ahead and threw that into the office space, and then I'm trying to figure out what sort of tiles I want in the bathroom, but I'm pretty sure I don't decorate the bathroom right away. I just was trying to figure out the tiles so that I had like a base to work off of. I also ended up using a ton of this wallpaper from Paranormal throughout the house. It is like a nice floral, and these pieces of art too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these frames we just got in the Secret Sanctuary kit, the Bella Goth kit, and I love them so much. I want them in my real house. I think they are so gorgeous, and I said recently I wanted to create an apartment based entirely off of those, And while this whole apartment isn't based entirely off of them, it kind of feels like it could be. Everything in here matches so nicely and I love them. And here are those sofas I had mentioned in the purple. I think they look so nice, but then the curtains, I really wanted to be purple and then it felt like too much purple. So I do change them to black, but I just want a moment to appreciate how beautiful they look in this purple swatch. Did I say these sofas were from Paranormal? Because I think they're not. I think they're from Crystal Creations. There's a different sofa from Paranormal. I'm getting those two confused in my head now because they are both stuff packs. They were some of the last few stuff packs we got, and they're both amazing. So that's probably why. Anyway, here I am deciding to change the sofas to this like dark gray color instead so that I could keep the purple curtains, and I will be actually changing the rug in the living room as well after I add this gorgeous chandelier over the kitchen table, and this is the rug I ended up using, which is surprising. I tried a few different things, but I do end up keeping the colorful floral one in the end. I just feel like it adds so much life to this space, which makes sense. It's flowers. I really loved those colors, and it has a little bit of that purple in it as well with the, I believe, lavender that's in there. I really liked that. And of course, getting some game controllers so your Sims could do some gaming out here. I should be adding a game console as well. At least I hope I remember to. If not, that's an easy fix. But there is a whole like gaming PC setup in the other room as well, because the idea was to use some of the Comfy Gamer kit in here and have that whole like streamer setup. By the front door here, I don't end up keeping the little dresser piece, but I do have this gorgeous mirror and a place to hang up your keys. I should be getting some shoes over there as well, and this little plant. And it's just like a simple entry space. Got a little rug under the door as well. And then I am trying to figure out what things still need to be added. I knew I wanted to add some curtains in the kitchen, so I get the same ones and scale those down. I also got a gorgeous lamp over here in the corner from Vampires. I love that lamp. I end up using the tabletop version of it as well in the office when we get there, and that hanging plant has a little cow plant hanging out of it. It is so cute. So I needed to include that as well. And I really, really tried to use this chair in here, and I also really tried to use the new frame TV from the Secret Sanctuary kit. Neither of them worked. So I didn't use the TV, and I ended up actually using that chair in the office, which I was really happy about, but I ended up using this one out here instead from Life and Death. And that is also where these two chairs are from, over by this games table, which is the newest games table from the Casanova Cave kit. I just thought there was space to put something over there, and I didn't want to just put a chess table, so you can play a variety of games over there. And then we are continuing on to the kitchen to clutter it up some more. I got some aprons on the wall, and then we're grabbing some pots and pans and a variety of other little pieces just to make the space feel a little bit more lived in. I really like these juice bottles that came with Life and Death. I think they are so pretty. I also have that candle over here, but I think I already had that down. And then we're figuring out where I want to put this little chalkboard. At first I had it below, but I ended up moving it to above the shelf in the end. And of course, getting some little plants. I just love adding greenery in my apartments in The Sims. And I guess in real life too, but in real life I use fake plants because I can't be trusted with a plant. It's not going to survive if it's up to me. So I go with the fake ones. But we are moving on into the office space now, and I am painting the wall over here with this really pretty, like, wood paneling. I don't remember what pack that one's from, unfortunately, but I thought it would be a nice contrast from the wallpaper on the rest of the walls, and then just trying to figure out what clutter I want in all of the little cubes and on the desktop itself. I love the desk organization over here that has the like the little calendar and stuff in it. And I love how the darker swatches all have the freezer bony, I think is what he's called, like the skeleton freezer bunny. I thought that was so cute. So of course I had to use those swatches in here. It's also really cool to finally have a PC tower. I ended up putting it on the floor on the other side. I can't remember if I ended up moving it to the desk in the end though. I kind of played around with that. And here is that desktop lamp I had mentioned that I have the full like floor length one in the living room. I thought that that was a nice touch in this space as well, and just getting a little hanging plant too. So it's like very like witchy vibes in this particular room, but I also feel like a lot of the interesting gaming comes through with the collectible keyboards and the cute little knickknacks. I felt like this style actually worked really nicely together for this apartment, and it'd be really fun to see what other styles I could come up with for this kit. I'm glad that it feels kind of versatile in that way, although I'm not sure how versatile it'll be for other styles because a lot of the other swatches are more like pastel, but I guess the white and the black swatches could be used for a variety of aesthetics. It's just if you don't like pastels, you're probably not going to want to use the other swatches, and I'm not like the biggest on pastels, but I do like to decorate with them in The Sims, so that's fine. I would love to use these in more spaces. I feel like they're very versatile pieces because we've all like owned this desk. I'm sitting at that desk right now, and I feel like we've all had the cube shelves from IKEA. I have them all over my home. So it's just very versatile in my opinion. Anyway, here is that chair that I tried to use in the living room that I couldn't successfully use. I think it worked really nicely in here. And then I got another little like side shelf here for some additional storage. I get a couple of peg shelves on the pegboard with a couple of decorations. I also have that cloche with a like bird skull in it and a little plant. There's a little plushie up there as well. I think he's really cute. I just wanted the space to feel like it had plenty going on, and I just realized I put that same book in like 2 spaces in here. But that's okay. I think it's realistic to have books all over your space. And then over here, I just end up adding actually the other corkboard, this one from Discover University with a painting up above it. And then I think I just get a bookcase on the back wall, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one from Crystal Creations. I think it's really pretty with the ladder on it, and I just clutter it up with a couple of items, nothing too crazy. And of course, a hanging plant because I can't help myself. And that hanging plant has to be in pretty much every build I ever do. It's just so pretty. And then down here, I just have another little basket of books and a little cat statue as well. And then this is our hallway using that rug from Witchy Gamer with a couple of posters from a variety of Sims titles. I have the Sims Medieval and then a signed Sims poster, which I think that one's from City Living. Maybe? I think that's the pack it came from anyway. And then in the primary bedroom, I considered using this bed from Life and Death, but it just didn't feel right. So I got rid of that and tried a couple of other options. And I'm pretty sure I did end up keeping this one in the end from Seasons. And I paired it with this gorgeous rug from Crystal Creations and also got another window in here and created a headboard. So what I did is I grabbed this shelf from the Cats and Dogs pack and I just scaled it a little bit so it felt more the correct size for the bed so that it looks like a headboard. It's just a sign that you would put outside like a vet clinic or something, but I scaled it to make it work a little bit better. And you could definitely do that even without having the tool mod. You could just scale it with the 0 and 9 keys and get it to a decent size. I just wanted it to be very precise, and I was very happy with how that came out. And then on the bedside tables here, I did get a variety of candles and books and a little painting up above here as well. And it ends up just being a really cozy, dark, and moody bedroom. I was very, very pleased with this one. I also really liked that hanging plant in the corner, and I got this gorgeous piece from Vampires that has a bunch of like books and kind of like old potions, it looks like, in there. And then over here is our dresser, and here is that new jewelry box from the Secret Sanctuary kit. I also got some flowers up here, as well as a teapot, a little clock, and a mirror over by the closet, and that should be pretty much it for this bedroom. So I think all we have left now is the bathroom, which I was really determined to use this rug in, which is from Realm of Magic. I was like, it's purple, it's got moons on it, I gotta use it. I'm pretty sure I changed the swatch to not be purple in the end, because it just, something about it just didn't feel quite right. I don't know if it was just like a little bit too bright, a little too flat. I'm not really sure, but it didn't feel like it was working. So I will be changing that. Over here, I am just cluttering up the sink, getting a little plant up there. I got a couple things up above the toilet, of course, getting some artwork in here as well. And I also grabbed a little cabinet up above the toilet and just trying to, make the space feel lived in, but not too cluttered and messy at the same time. It's kind of a tough thing to achieve in a bathroom, especially in real life. I feel like there's just so much stuff you keep in the bathroom. Like, how do you make it look nice? But anyway, there is the swatch change on the rug. And then, of course, just getting a bathrobe and some towels and some additional storage. And that is it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more and click that bell to be notified when I upload. And a massive thank you to my YouTube members for all of your support. If you'd like to become a member yourself, you can click the join button below the video or the link in the description. Enjoy the screenshots, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.